All right, let's do this. One of the greatest joys and the most exciting things about awakening is shedding your old self, shedding your old ways, shedding your old habits, shedding the domination of the ego, and to start practicing minimalism. And a common theme with all spiritual pursuits or religions is this shift of internal contentment and away from extracting your happiness from the world, from other people, from possessions, from just the material world in general. Not that it can add to your happiness, but it no longer becomes a source of your happiness. And in fact, in many spiritual circles, the more you burden yourself with responsibilities, possessions, obligations, debt, all these types of things, the more you weigh your soul down and inhibit it from growing and blossoming. It's like blocking the sunlight on a tree. So, ultimate radical minimalism is such a joy to start practicing. And it's something I don't think we ever will fully master. But the joy is not in arriving to a goal. The joy is asking yourself every day, what can I get rid of? What can I simplify? What can I eat less? Can I eat less foods? Because the problem with most of us, especially in Western civilization, is not we need things, we need this, we need that. We have too much. It's all the excess information, the excess stress, the excess responsibilities, obligations, debts. All this excess is what really suffocates us. So start the day and say, what can I simplify today? What can I minimize today? What can I get rid of? And take it to not only the physical possessions, but oftentimes I'll say, you know what? How few words can I use today? So I can't remember the average. The average person uses 10,000 words a day. Can I use 8,000, 9,000? Tomorrow can I use 7,000? Not that you're going to sit and count all your words, but you're going to be conscious. And most of us are not conscious. Some people and most people just blah, 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 blah. And some people more than others, blah, 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 blah. And we just talk way too much. And being conscious of what we say. Most of us, when we eat, we just stuff anything in our mouths and we're not conscious of savoring the food, tasting the food, breathing, connecting with the process of masticating our food, and being present, okay? And saying, do I really need to eat this? No, I don't need to eat that. And focusing on, well, what's really essential? The 20-80 principle. Google it, fantastic principle, or watch some of my other videos. Focus on the 20%, which is most crucial. 80% of what most people say is of minor importance. 20% of what we say and communicate is of major importance. So we want to start focusing on the 20%. And then asking yourself, boy, did I really need to say that? Am I just making small talk? Am I just using words to get approval? Am I just trying to manipulate people? Am I just seeking me, self? And they said, no, yeah, I am. I can minimalize. I can simplify. I can shed. I can trim the branches, all the excess. And when you trim the branches, the roots, the tree, all the excess branches and with the dead leaves on it, that is inhibiting the growth and the strength and the depth of the tree and its roots. So when you start asking yourself, what can I get rid of today? And you start shedding, trimming, pruning, you start strengthening your roots, your spiritual muscle. And it's such an exhilarating feeling, the journey. Where there's nowhere we're not trying to get anywhere, but it's the step-by-step journey. So, just what are some practical things? Some of the other videos I talked about simplicity. So with the material possessions, if you want to go hardcore, if you haven't used it in 6 months, get rid of it. And it's just an amazing thing happens. As you start pruning, getting rid of stuff, you just start feeling lighter. You start feeling freer. You start feeling just exhilarated. I remember watching a movie of a really trippy movie about this guy. He spent a year filming people. I think every week 1 or 2 people commit suicide on the Golden Gate Bridge, and he would film them jumping off. You know, he'd try to call the police if he could get there in time and warn them, but you'd see people, and then he'd go, what's the name of the movie? If anyone knows the name of the movie, post it in a comment. But and then he would go and follow up and interview the family if they were willing to talk and find out about these people who jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge. And one guy wrote, you know, I'm 50 years old, who committed suicide. I'm 50 years old. I have no house. I don't have a job. I don't have a wife, and you know all these things. And everything in life is perspective. Some people that are walking the spiritual path would look at that and go, my God, you're so blessed, because I know so many people that I talk to, that, I can't practice spirituality, I can't travel, I can't do this, I have a mortgage, I have cars, I have a wife, I have children. And they're envious of people that live free, simple, and have the option to do what they want. You know, everyone walks their own path. And so this guy, you know, in a different perspective, it could be such a great opportunity for him to do whatever he wants. Travel the world, do volunteer work, you know, help the needy, write poetry, do art, whatever it is that many of us, because we're so burdened in the material world, that we don't have the opportunity to do. Exciting stuff. It's just shifting our perspective. And so we talked about words and speaking, and action. Trying to be more efficient, streamlined in our actions. We have a limited amount of life energy, and we just are so unorganized and chaotic in our actions. And there's something about being deliberate. If it's making your bed, being deliberate. Can I trim a step off the process? Taking a shower, can I trim some excess fat off the process? Brushing your teeth, what are some other examples? Even eating food, driving, can I drive and listen to spiritual books or books on tape? You know, just ways to just be more precise and efficient. And it's an exciting process. And then it's like peeling the layers of the onion, all that stuff, all that muck and clutter that we've accumulated in our lives. And then a lot of people are in the mode of seeking. I want to be spiritual. I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to do. And really, we're human beings. So it's more about practicing being. And our being has a natural homeostasis, I think is the right word, point or equilibrium of inner peace, of tranquility. Naturally, I met people that there was a guy I worked with, he was a dishwasher, 50, 55 years old, the happiest guy I've ever met, smiling, and he did a horrible job cleaning all the crap in the kitchen, but he was always smiling, always joyful, didn't attend seminars, didn't read books, but he lived a very simple life, and he was appreciative for the things he had, and when you don't have a lot of money, you don't have a lot of possessions, you learn to appreciate the things that I think that are eternal. A tree rustling in the wind, a smiling at a stranger, helping someone in need, writing a story, creating art, exercising. He would ride his bicycle, communicating, having meaningful conversations. When we're on our deathbed and we're reflecting upon our life, all the things that burden us in the world now, we're not going to regret, I wish I would have spent more time at work. Boy, I wish I would have ate more junk food. Boy, I wish I would have watched more television. We're going to look at the things that really, it's the small things, Today I was walking the street and there was a stray dog, and just petting that stray dog gave me just a sense of peace and joy, and that's what life's about. And it's weird, we've been conditioned out of that thinking. We've been conditioned to believe our self-worth is based on what we have, who our friends are, what our relationship status are, things, external. So we're using minimalism to reharness our life energy, to recapture all that we lost, so we don't come home at the end of the day, I'm just so exhausted, so wiped out. We're learning how to be efficient and harness our precious resources. Thanks for listening, and really appreciate your comments. Out.